everybody, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am super excited to be joining my friend Christine today for her Scrapping Boys 2.0 series. And this is super fun because she is putting up some boy layouts all week, and she has a different guest with her every single day this week. And there's prizes, you guys. So there's going to be a $50 gift card for Paper House Productions and a $20 gift card for Scrap Room. And it's going to be awesome. So make sure that you comment and subscribe to all of the videos this week so that you get all those entries. And Christine's going to pick a winner or two winners on May 11th. So I have taken a hexagon cut file. And if you have been around here a while, you know that I love hexagons on my pages. And hexagons are also the focus of the month in the Rediscover Your Stash group. And this particular cut file is one that we have in the Redefine Creative Shop pre-cut. So if you do not have a cut file machine, but you want to play around with this cut file or any of a bunch of different cut files, you can come click on that link down below. So I have this 4x4 photo of my son, and I used one photo very similar to this a few weeks ago and had the other one on my desk. And so I wanted to use this one too because I couldn't decide which one I liked the best. So I went ahead and put a thin white cardstock border around the outside, and then I'm using this kind of like plaid-ish to put a small border around that, and then I'm going to use this green pattern paper behind that. So I'm just building up a bunch of layers. And then there's this 4x4 card, and it has these little banners on it. I don't really care so much about the banners, but I wanted a pop of this bright blue. So all I'm going to do is take that card and cut it in half and put it in the like opposite diagonal corners of my photo, so the top left and the bottom right. And all those papers that I'm using, so the ones I backed up my cut file with, the ones that I have behind my photo, all of them are from Simple Stories Little Dude, except for the green, which is from Cocoa Vanilla. And so then what I'm going to go ahead and do is put foam adhesive on the back of my cut file. So I'm going to put these bigger pieces on all of the like filled in spots, and then I put some thin foam adhesive in the open spots. And I am loving lately this idea of having my cut file where I back some of the spaces but not all of the spaces. And I did a little bit of inking around the edges, and then putting it on that foam adhesive just adds a really cool dimension whether the sections have pattern paper behind them or not. So then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of embellishing, and I have the chipboard pieces from Little Dude, and that border piece that like I think of when I see a border like that is it goes under your photo, but I really like it along the edge of the page over there on the left. And then I'm going to use two of these little thought bubbles kind of centered around my photo of my son. So he's got these huge green glasses on, and this is just like there's no specific story. It's just a really fun picture and kind of fun layout. So then I'm going to kind of start to design where my 3 embellishment clusters are going to go, because I want to have 3, but I don't necessarily want that border on the left to be one of them. So I have my 2 that are going to be around the thought bubbles, and then I'm going to put one kind of up in the top right-ish so that I get a nice visual triangle right around my photo. And then I'm going to take this little tiny stamp from Heidi Swap, and I have been using this little guy a lot lately. It's this little open star and some black Catherine Pooler ink, and I'm just going to add a few stars to each of my clusters. And if you were, if you participated in some of the International Scrapbooking Day celebration in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, one of the things we talked about when we were doing Stash Bash layouts was this idea of using a little tiny icon stamp in your embellishment clusters as kind of a way to add a little bit different texture than just enamel dots or sequins like we typically do with like the little details. So I've added a few of those to each of my embellishment clusters as well, and I still want to get some kind of title on here. So I pulled out these like epoxy thicker words, but I don't have a ton of words left, and I just wasn't feeling how they were fitting. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the Cocoa Vanilla foam phrases, and I've been using these a lot lately, and they're almost gone, which makes me like both super sad and feeling like I need to order another package. So I'm going to use this one that says The Good Life, and I'm going to kind of overlap it onto the edge of my photo as well as my cut file, because I want to keep everything kind of on that line that I already have going through my photo. So I didn't want to add it in a new space. I just wanted to add it to a space that I kind of had already committed. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. This word life, I'm going to put it a little bit of a diagonal just to give it a little bit more of a kind of funky fun feel. So rather than having it straight up and down, it's going to be on the diagonal. And I really like how turning that one piece of my title phrase on the diagonal changes the feel of it. So it goes from something a little more sophisticated to something a little more fun. I grabbed a few of these little foam pieces and added them to the other embellishment clusters so that I've carried that foam element throughout the layout. And then I'm just going to take my black Heidi Swapp Color Shine and add a bunch of splatters. So I am making sure that my embellishment cluster areas have splatters, and then I'm kind of wanting to keep them like around my title and along that line through my photo. And I'm really loving how easy this one like came together. It was pretty quick. It didn't take a ton of embellishing, but I really love the final look. So do make sure that you also stop by Khristine's channel today. Make sure you comment and subscribe to my channel and to hers so that you can be entered to win those 2 amazing gift cards, and then come back every day this week to check out some more boy layout inspiration. And I will see you guys again very soon. Bye, everybody.